Hi, and welcome back to AWS Academy for Lab 3, Introduction to Amazon EC2. We're continuing on with Task 4, Resize your instance type, and EBS volume. As your needs change, you might find that your instance is overutilized, too small, or underutilized, too large. If so, you can change the instance type. For example, if a T2.micro instance is too small for its workload, you can change it to an M5.medium instance. Similarly, you can change the size of a disk. You first need to stop your instance. So before you can resize an instance, you must stop it. When you stop an instance, it is shut down. There is no runtime charge for a stopped EC2 instance, but the storage charge for attached Amazon EBS volumes remains. On the EC2 Management Console in the left navigation pane, choose Instances. Web server should already be selected, and this was from the previous lab. In the Instance State menu, select Stop. So the Instance State menu is up here on the top. We're going to select that, and it will give us a drop down of Stop Instance, and we're going to select Stop Instance. We're going to confirm that we're stopping it by clicking the Stop button. Your instance will perform a normal shutdown and then will stop running. As you can see, it's still in the running state. Now if we refresh this, it should say stopping. And there we go, but it's not stopped. The state will state stopped when it is completely stopped. I'm going to refresh it one more time. And there you have it, right here. The state has now changed to stop. Now we need to change the instance type. In the Actions menu, we're going to select Instance Settings, then change the instance type. But first we need to make sure we select the web server, because as you can see it's unchecked after changing the state. We're going to go to Actions on the top menu here, and then select Instance Settings, and then we're going to look for Change Instance Type and select that. Now on this menu you can see our current instance type is T2.micro, and then underneath we have instance type T2.micro listed, but we have a drop down option here. When we select that, it gives us a listing of all the instance types, and we're looking for T2.small. So as a shortcut, you can just type in T, and it'll take us to everything listed in the T, and you can see it selected down at the bottom of the menu, T1.micro. And if we scroll through that, you'll see the one we currently have is T2.micro, and just underneath that, a couple more, we have T2.small, and this is what we want to change it to. I'm going to select that. Now you can see T2.small in the field, and I'm going to click Apply. When the instance is started again, it will run as a T2.small, which has twice as much memory as a T2.micro instance. Now note, you may be restricted from using other instance types in this lab, meaning you can try to change it around, but the lab will prohibit you from doing that. Now we need to resize the EBS volume. With the web server instance still selected, choose the storage tab. So we're going to select our web server. And down here at the bottom, you're going to see tabs for detail, security, networking, and we're going to go to the storage. Select the name of the volume ID and then select the checkbox next to the volume. So you should see our volume ID here and the check next to it. In the Actions menu, select Modify Volume. So we're going to select the name, we're going to select the checkbox, and up here on the top for Actions, we're going to select Modify Volume. That brings us to volume details. The disk volume currently has a size of 8 GIB. You will now increase the size of this disk. Now change the size to 10. Note you may be restricted from creating large Amazon EBS volumes in this lab. So right here under size, you can either use the arrows to click up, or you can just type in 10. And then go ahead and select modify after you make the change. You'll get a prompt that'll ask you to confirm this. We're selecting modify to confirm it. Now we need to start the resized instance. You will now start the instance again, which will now have more memory and more disk space. So on the left navigation pane, to get out of this menu we're currently in for the volumes, it says choose instances. So over here on the left pane, right underneath the instances tab, you'll see instances. We're going to select that. Then it says select the web server instance, which it's already selected for us. And then in the instance state menu, select start instance. So the instance state menu is here up on the top. We're going to select the drop down and we're going to select start instance. Now, even though it says successfully started here on the top, we're going to refresh and make sure it says started, which you can see it's still pending. This can take a while because even after it started, it would still have to do a status check for initializing. So as you can see now, web server is now running. It's still going through the initialization process, but once that's done, then congratulations, you have successfully resized your Amazon EC2 instance. And in this task, you changed your instance type from T2.micro to T2.small. You also modified your root disk volume from 8 GIB to 10 GIB. And congratulations, and we will welcome you back to finishing up with Task 5, Explore EC2 Limits, and Task 6 to finalize the lab. See you soon.